Buenas tardes, estudiantes, ¿cómo están? Vamos a comenzar, pero primero vamos a cantar buenas tardes después de 2, 1, 2. Buenas tardes, ¿cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien, gracias, ¿y cómo te vas? ¿Cómo te vas? Buenas tardes y bienvenidos. Welcome. Now, we have been looking at las matemáticas and we have been doing subtraction in Spanish. Well, before we did subtraction, we did addition in Spanish. And we know that when we're adding, we use the word y for plus. However, since doing subtraction, we've been using the word menos, which means minus or to subtract. Now, the first thing I want to do with you is to go through los números 1 hasta 30 otra vez. We're going through numbers 1 to 30 again to ensure that they stick in your brains, all right? So you're going to be counting with me. Let's go. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, 12, 12, 13, 13, 14, 14, 15, 15, 16, 16, 17, 17, 18, 18, 19, 19, 20, 20. And remember now we said for numbers 21 to 29, these are formed a little bit different from just the word 20 here. So we're going to change the E. The E becomes the letter I. So we say 21, 21, 22, 22, 23, 23, 24, 24, 25, 25, 26, 26, 27, 27, 28, 28, 29, 29, and 30 for 30. Now that we've reviewed los números 1 hasta 30, let's quickly look at these examples you got last class. So, you're asked to subtract these numbers, for example. So, it's 20, oh Lord, I can't see this. This is 23 menos 10 son 13, which means 23 minus 10, which is equal to 13. Then we had 25 menos 5 son 20, which is 25 minus 5, which is equal to 20. The next is 22 menos 11 son 11. And 22 menos 11. Okay, good. So this means 22 minus 11 equals 11. And the last one is 28 menos 21 son 7, which means 28 minus 21, which is equal to 7. Now, as you notice, we use the word menos for subtract and we use son for equal. However, what you'll notice today is that we're going to be using a different word for equal. Now, usually you would have heard me saying that the word son means equal, right? But what I also need you to know is that we only use the word son when we're given answers which are numbers greater than 1. So once your answer, whatever number it is, once it's greater than 1, once it's more than 1, once the number is bigger than 1, meaning that it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way up to infinity, that means you're going to use the word son for equal. So we use the word son for equal when the number or the answer that you get, when the answer you get is greater than 1. So numbers 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way up to a million, gazillion, infinity. You are going to use the word son for equal. Good? So this says that this is used if the answer is greater than 1, which is uno. So once your answer is greater than uno, which is 2, 3, 4, 5, 30, 40, 50, 100, whatever it is, you're going to use son. Now, the new one I want to introduce you to is the word s. What I should also tell you is that the word son also means r. So when it's used R, you know that you use R with more than one, right? Plural nouns. So they are, the boys are, the girls are, more than one. So once it is more than one, you're going to use son for equal, okay? Now, S It means is, however, it also means equal. Es is used with singular nouns. For example, the pencil is yellow. El lápiz es amarillo. The book is black. El libro es negro. Once you're talking about one thing now, you use es. However, you're going to use es now for equal. S means equal if the answer is the number 1 or if it is less than 1, meaning that if your answer gives you 1 or 0 for the answer, then you're going to use the word S for equal. So we only use S for equal when the answer that we get is 0, which is cero, C-E-R-O, or if it is 1, which is uno. So the word 0 in Spanish is cero, C-E-R-O. All you do is change the Z or the Z to the letter C. So the Z for zebra becomes a C for cow, okay? And that is cero for 0, and there's uno for 1, okay? Now, what I needed to focus on now, like I said, we're looking at son and es. They both mean equal. However, we only use son for numbers greater than 1, and we use s for number 1 and 0. So 1 and numbers under 1, less than 1. Okay? Now, before we were using son to give us our answers because we know that all these numbers are bigger than 1, right? They're greater than 1. 13 is greater than 1, 20 is more than 1, 11 is more than 1, 7 is more than 1. So once your answer is more than 1, you're going to use the word son, that means equal. Now, or ejemplos para hoy, or examples for today. These are for numbers, well, for answers that are 1 and less than 1, meaning 1 or 0. And remember I said the Spanish word for 0 is cero, C-E-R-O. Let me write it for you. Okay, so the word cero, C-E-R-O, C-E-R-O, means 0 in Spanish. C-E-R-O. See, I'm using my alfabeto, my alfabeto de español to spell it. So C-E-R-O means 0 in Spanish. Good. Now these examples now. You'll notice that all the answers are either 1 or 0. So we have 1, 1, 0, 1. Those are the answers. So let's read through the problems. The first one says 1 plus 0 equals 1. 1 in Spanish is uno. When we're adding, to say plus we say y. And then 0 now, it is cero. Oh, this should be uno y cero. Lo siento, guys. Let me fix this quickly. Okay, bueno, much better. So, we have 1 plus 0 equals 1. So, 1 in Spanish is uno, plus is y, and cero is 0. We're going to use s for equal because our answer is 1. Remember, once your answer is 1 or less than 1, you're going to use the word s for equal. Let's move to number 2, número 2. It says 10 minus 9 equals 1. You have 10 things, you take 1 out of it, you have 10 things, you take 9 from it, you're left with only 1. So we have 10, which is 10, menos, which is minus, 9, which is 9, s, which means is or equal, and then uno, which is 1. Always use s if your answer is 1 or 0. Let's go to another example. This one says 5 minus 5 equals 0. Now, 5 in Spanish is cinco. Menos means to subtract or minus. Cinco means 5 again. And then s means is. Cero means 0. We use s because the answer is 0. And then the last one, 20 minus 19 equals 1. 20 is 20. Menos is minus. 19 is 19. S is equal. And then 1 is uno. And remember we said we use s because the answer is uno or cero, 1 or 0. That's the only time we're going to use the word s when we're writing our answers for our mathematical problems in Espanol. Okay? So we use son for equal for numbers that are greater than 1, greater than uno. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Once your answer is greater than 1. Once the answer is bigger than 1, a bigger number than 1, you're going to use the word son when you're saying equal. However, if the answer that you are presenting is 1 or less, you're going to use the word s. So we use s with numbers 1 and 0 if your answer is 1 or 0. And remember the Spanish word for 0 is cero, C-E-R-O. Bueno? Now, what I need you to do for me for our activity is you are going to go to page number 31, page number 31 in your workbooks, and there are some examples there. You can also use them to guide you as you complete these activities. You're going to complete the activity on page 31 in your workbooks, and that's at the bottom of page 31. At the top of page 31, the examples are there. So the examples are at the top of page 31, but the activities at the bottom of page 31. And also I'll be sending a worksheet for you to complete for me. And what you'll need to do for this activity is you're going to be subtracting numbers. The numbers are in English. Well, you're going to see number, for example, you see the 7, the 8, the 9, the 10. They're not in Spanish. And you're going to work out the problems, and then you're going to insert your answer. So the answers are at the bottom of the page, but they're all jumbled. So you now have to figure out which number in Spanish would be the answer for this problem, for that problem, for the other problem, or for the other problem. For example, you see 5 minus 3 equals, and you have the words dos, and you have the words seis. We know that 5 minus 3 gives us 2, right? 2 in Spanish is dos, not seis. Seis is 6. So we're going to choose dos and write the word dos in the box. Now, each time you choose an answer from the bottom and place it in the box, you can cross it off so you don't get mixed up when you move on to the other questions. All right, everybody? So I hope everybody understood what we're looking at today. We're still doing simple subtraction in Espanol, la resta, which means subtraction. But the only difference is that today, instead of using son for equal, because son gives us equal if we're talking about numbers greater than 1, we were using the word s, which also means equal. However, s is only used for numbers or answers that are 1 and less. So once your answer is 1 or 0, you're going to use the word s for equal. But if your answer is bigger than 1, meaning 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, you're going to use the word son for equal. All right? So I hope everybody understood what we're doing today and everybody learned something. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys on Friday, on Lunes, for our Zoom session when we do some more activities together, and I'll also get a feel of how everybody is doing so far on this topic. All right, so for now we sing adios, 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 adios. Adios, 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 adios. Adios, guys.